It's no secret that Spirit Airlines has been struggling for quite some time now. Today, we're going to be talking about their very concerning bankruptcy, including 11 city cuts, over 3,000 flights canceled, and so much more in the process. Is Spirit Airlines finished? Let's find out, everybody. Man, Spirit Airlines, everybody, this is a tough conversation we're going to have. We thought that last year at this time that they were going to be done. They made quite the comeback, and then obviously they are falling harder than ever right now. So without any further delay, we're just going to get into it, everybody. I'm sure all of you have seen this, but I really wanted to give another perspective on it. As you know, it's quite the subject right now, and it's very important to talk about. So Spirit Airlines axes 11 cities from their route map as bankruptcy cuts begin. So unfortunately, I haven't got a chance to talk about it in a couple months, but Spirit Airlines was doing better when we were able to talk about it. And over the summer, it's dwindled. Unfortunately, they did not have quite a good showing during the summer months. And as a result, they're really struggling to get it going here. As you can tell, Spirit Airlines will be ending service to 11 cities here in October. So literally 1 month from when the announcement was. So very abrupt. But the 11 cities that they're going to be ending service to include several small hub airports: the Albuquerque Sunport International Airport, the Birmingham International Airport in Alabama, Boise, Idaho, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Columbia, South Carolina, both of which were brand new cities this summer. The Oakland Airport, this was once a focus city for Spirit, had like 20 destinations, I believe. The Portland International Airport in Oregon. Sacramento was another large operation. They're going to be cutting complete flights there. Salt Lake City, Utah. San Diego, California, another city that had several Spirit flights at one time, and one that's just completely shocking considering that it was a huge operation at one time, the San Jose Airport in California. So crazy to see this. They also suspended plans to start service to the Middle Georgia Regional Airport in Macon, Georgia. So just unbelievable to see, how fast all this has happened. And I don't know the full details, to be completely honest with you all. I've just been seeing a bunch of headlines, but I think it's just been, unfortunately, high industry cost, and I think Frontier's giving them a real run for their money as well on several of these services too. So it's been crazy. But anyway, this is just less than a year after the second Chapter 11th bankruptcy restructuring, which is crazy to think that Spirit's already done this many times. But anyway, they're redesigning their network to focus on key markets to provide more destinations, frequencies, and enhanced connectivity while focusing on its focus cities, while simultaneously reducing its presence in certain other cities, which is an interesting way to say that, says the chief financial officer of Spirit said in the statement. So it's certainly interesting. Here's a little bit more information. But anyway, the 12 cuts represent 4% of the airline's total seats that month, which is definitely a large portion. It's not as big as I think what we're going to see here in the next article, but definitely a huge piece of the puzzle. So, and here we go into our next topic with Las Vegas Harry Reid losing several routes, 8 of them. And it's not just the actual routes, but also the frequencies that are going to have a huge difference. So thank you to Points Guy for that article. Now we're going to focus on 3,000 flights gone now from Spirit Airlines network, with 54% of its Las Vegas services completely gone. So shout out to Simple Flying for putting this article together, and safe to say that unfortunately it is very concerning. So can I get rid of this ad? I apologize about that, everybody. But anyway, as you can see, Spirit Airlines cutting 54% of its Las Vegas flights, which is over half, which is very concerning compared to 2024. But as you can see here, like we talked about, the Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection once again. So over 3,000 flights, and as you can see here, some of the most significant affected airports by all these flights gone here includes the Las Vegas Airport, Los Angeles, San Jose, California, which doesn't even exist anymore, Boston, and Atlanta. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the implications. So once again, over 3,000 flights gone at Las Vegas, which is just unbelievable. So looking at the particular numbers, 3,409, and that was now they're going to be operating, compared to leaves the carrier with just 2,800 flights. It's unbelievable. 2,900, I suppose. What it was 6,300 in last 2020, or the last quarter of 2024. So that was more than 1.1 million seats. So Los Angeles also getting a huge cut, over 40%, removing over 1,100 flights, and they were compared to the 2,700 flights that they had during the same time last year. And then San Jose International Airport will only see 9 flights during the quarter. I thought they canceled the city, but anyway, regardless of the case, this came out beforehand. But anyway, just unbelievable to go from that after having 900 flights. That's just unbelievable. And then Boston Logan Airport as well, 876 flights down from 1,500 flights, not even close. Just crazy to see. 33.9% of its planned schedule. Just unbelievable to see the changes and all of what's happening. So the sharpest reductions in the relative terms. So this is another interesting way to look at it here. So first, let's go ahead and take a look at 3 airports here that Spirit, that will be impacted here. As you can see, we have the PAP airport, the CAP airport, and the Seattle airport. We'll see no Spirit flights at all during the fourth quarter of 2025, 100% cuts. And during the same time last year, the airline flew 49 flights to PAP, so probably double daily, and 55 to CAP, and then 250 to Seattle, so like 5 dailies. So just crazy to see the decisions and how abrupt all this happens. And here is another look at it. And then, yeah, Albuquerque once again completely gone, so 99.2%. And Oakland Airport also completely gone now, 99.1%. Just one Spirit flight in Q4 2025 before the complete cuts, as you can see there. And then Oakland once again was a huge operation previously. It was 745 services in Q4 of 2024. So yeah, Spirit once again with the Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It's unbelievable to see how fast all of this happens, and it's just crazy to see the implications and what this all looks like. So unbelievable to say the least. But yeah, you obviously have some of the differences that are going on here with the extra legroom seats that they're implementing. Excuse me, I cannot talk. I haven't filmed the desk video in a little bit. But anyway, they're working towards recovery, but I just don't think it's going to be soon enough. I think Spirit's really struggling, obviously, in so many ways. And, I don't know the details. I just think that, I would assume that Frontier's got them pretty good. Frontier's doing really well. And then, also just, uncertainties. And the Las Vegas community, I know this year has not been great as well, unfortunately, for a variety of reasons. So I'm sure the demand's been a little bit less out of Las Vegas and going to Las Vegas. So I'm sure that did not help at all towards the Spirit Airlines, I don't want to say fallout, but the collapse that is ongoing as we speak. So yeah, it's crazy to see all of what's going on here with Spirit. I'm really eager to see what happens next. So it's certainly going to be interesting, but we'll of course take it one step at a time. We will hope that it gets better for Spirit, but what can you expect at this point? I mean, Spirit's got problems. It's not a secret. It's going to be issues, but all we can do right now is continue to take it one step at a time and, hope for the best. I think Spirit, honestly, the thought's there for them to be a really good airline. I've had several really good experiences. I don't even think I've ever had a delay on Spirit. But that said, what's going to give to make this fix? I don't know. I have had a delay on Spirit now that I think about it. But anyway, I definitely look to take a Spirit Airlines flight soon. I definitely want to get on it before, it goes down the drain. I don't want to see Spirit go, but we do have to be realistic. And, it is a real possibility that Spirit Airlines could go any day. So we'll continue to take it one step at a time and hope for the best. But let me know what you all think in the comment section below. Do you think Spirit's done? Do you think Spirit has a chance to get out of this? It can be quite the analysis, but, I just really want to cover the news portion of this. And then if we get more information about why they're struggling, then we'll definitely talk about it. But I know there's some information about the leases getting terminated and so forth. So it's quite an interesting picture here for Spirit. I hope that they're able to consolidate it, get it all fixed, and hopefully start expanding one day again. But it's looking like they got problems, and we will hope for the best as Spirit continues to attempt the rebound, but we will see if it happens. So take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust process. Do you love and love you do. My name is CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.